This is the Energy Healing 101 Part 2. Today I want to talk about why people have been feeling so weak, sleepy, with lack of energy, especially in the last 2 weekends. This is something that I talk to friends, to clients, and even today, people from other countries, from Spain, from Mexico, from Argentina. By any chance, did you feel a little weak or sleepy in the last 2 weeks? All right, you see? So, and there is a reason. There are 2 reasons. As you know, I made a video before. A friend of mine told me there are some planetary things, the sun, the solar winds. I'm not into that. But what I can tell you is this. We all know that we have a crisis that is affecting humankind. But what not many people know is that there is a toxic energy affecting human beings. And that toxic energy has been very deep and strong in the last 2 weekends. How do I know? Because 2 weeks ago, I started feeling sleepy, weak. I had to take naps, and I didn't know why. I have no clue why. When I had a very strict routine, I wake up in the morning, I exercise, I meditate, I eat well, I go to the beach. So why I was so weak? Well, I don't know if this is new for you, but I want you to think about it. When I was talking about energy, I want to introduce this concept of energy blockages. Energy blockages are toxic energies that we accumulate over the years. They come when we have emotional trauma, a broken heart. Actually, this represents a broken heart. When we have fear, when we have anxieties, and we have a lot of reasons to have anxiety, frustration, and even people feel fear. That energy, individual energy, adds up. And when you have the whole world preoccupied with unnecessary fear, with unnecessary preoccupations, why do I say unnecessary? Because there is nothing we can do. The only thing we can do is to change our reactions and to remove those energy blockages. How do we do this? Being in nature. And this is the only reason I came today. Because today is the first day in almost 10 days that I feel energized again. And I remember the great advice of my good friend Janet von Jonsbach, a great healer. She said the easiest way to feel God's presence, the divine, the connection with the spirit, is going in nature. And why? Because there are no humans. This is the truth. In big cities, full of humans with preoccupations, I have to go to work, I have to make my living. And today I saw a client, a young woman, who has an anxiety. In my country we say a galopante anxiety. You see, like a horse that lost his senses and is running at 300 miles an hour. So during the session, I am an energy healer. I practice Reiki. It came to my mind to ask her. I was almost sure, because she doesn't have any source of anxiety. What kind of TV programs do you watch? And at the end of the session, she was surprised. She said, well, I watch the news, I watch scary movies, okay, my dear, I told her, you are too young to have 8 years of anxieties and psoriasis. Your anxiety is created just for what you put in your mind. So, I really want you and your husband, instead of your husband, and what does your husband do when you watch in the phone the news and scary movies? Oh, he's playing games. I say, oh my God. Luckily, when I was their age, we didn't have video games. And you guys, I know that you are not very happy, but I suggest you to listen to your parents, because this is a source of anxiety, a source of taking our energy, our power away. So I told them, go to nature. Do you have a park nearby? Yes, okay, go there, go to the beach. And going back to the concept of energy blockages. in the times, unprecedented times that we live now, all our energy blockages are amplified because they are like open wounds. And when everybody is preoccupied, our little preoccupations are amplified. And I want to show you something else. This is what I call, or we call, energy cords. Energy cords are literally cords, ropes of energy that tie us with people that we miss or we have problems. There is a deeper level of energy blockages that I'm not going to talk about today, but there are more types of energy blockages. And now you may be asking, how do I know I have energy blockages? Because we feel weak, we feel anxiety, we feel depression, and we feel all these toxic emotions. Bye! Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
And come back to nature often. That's the best remedy. Bye. So, my friends, the deep level of energy blockages, I didn't want to talk because this family with two kids were here hiking and they were just talking to me and listen, is intelligent forms of toxic energies that we call entities. Gaby, Gaby, ¿cómo te va, Gaby? Lo voy a hacer en español en otro momento, pero en Facebook. All right, this deep level of energy blockages is what we call evil entities. That's what we call, we need to give a name. And that name, evil entities, has been done for many, many decades. The first time that I read about it, it was Paramahansa Yogananda talks about that. He wrote this book in 1930, 1940s, and talks about that. This is what Gigi Yang, if you saw my video, if you go and see her video, the disclosure is what she calls the collective shadow. The collective shadow is a mass of toxic energies roaming around, ready to attach to people who have no protection, not energetic protection. And this is the reason I came to nature today. I had 2 hours before my next client, and I knew that being a little bit for 1 hour in nature will help me to recover. So, we have the superficial energy blockages when we have a problem with someone, we have an accident in the freeway, little things. We have a second level, the energy cords with people. When we fought with someone or a loved one who died, and there are even deeper levels of energy blockages, and many of them come from other lives. And there is a deep level, is what we call evil entities. An entity is something, a unity separate from something else. So there are forms of toxic energies that have consciousness, and they are disconnected. They are totally disconnected with the divinity. And since they are energy, they need to feed, they need to eat, and they don't eat what we eat. Fruits and vegetables and healthy things. They need to eat energy. They feed from energy. And look for that video of Gigi Yang. And when our toxic energies start racing with fear, anxiety, unnecessary fear, anxiety, preoccupations, we are feeding this collective shadow that is embedded or enveloping humankind now. So, if you felt tired last weekend and the weekend before, the weekend of the 20th and 21st and 27th and 28th, don't take the whole responsibility. Because it's this collective toxic dark energy that is kind of being very active, trying to absorb our energy to put us down. And now comes the subject that I'm going to talk tonight at 6 p.m. in YouTube and Facebook, how to control people's mind. Do you know what means to have a foggy mind? I just dislike the sensation of having a foggy mind. Why? Because what I see is something gray. I feel it, I see something gray that is in my brain and doesn't let me think well. This is why in English we call it the foggy mind. Well, if we have a foggy mind, it's absorbing our energies. If we have a foggy mind, means that it's a toxic energy that maybe has this form, maybe has any other form, but definitely that foggy mind is caused for a toxic energy that is in our brain. There are two main ways that human beings can be controlled. One is with medications that produce a foggy mind. Here in Los Angeles, in the highways, in the freeways, there is a sign that says, being buzzed means drunk or drinking alcohol is not the only way to be dangerous in the road. Medications can also impair. It's known by the medical community, it's known by the authorities that regulate the transportation, that under medications we have a foggy mind and we cannot drive. We cannot think well. We don't have the reactions to drive on a freeway. So medications and vaccinations are a great source to fog people's minds. This is why Bill Gates wants to prepare these vaccinations to mess up and screw up the population. If you don't believe me, just look in the internet. This man has been telling this openly. I want to vaccinate the whole population and then we can get out. This is one way to have a population. Remember the Muse song, this alternative rock English band that says the big fat cats or something like that wants to keep us dragged down with medications so we cannot see the truth around. Even they know that. Medications make a weak, numb, foggy population. This is why we need to be healthy from the inside out, to remove all these energy blockages, to remove these energy cords. Practice gratitude and forgiveness. There is no other way. But the other way to control humankind is to produce things energetically to affect the mind of people. So if you have been feeling weak, sleepy, lacking energies in the last 2 weekends, there were some energy processes going on. And we felt the side effects of those energy blockages that were affecting our minds. As I promised before, I'm going to be doing, this was the energy healing 101 part 2. And let's go back to define what on earth are energy blockages. Energy blockages is an information energy who has the purpose to get stronger and stronger with more toxic energies. If the energy blockages produce anxiety, we bring more anxiety, like the couple that I told you, this woman, this client that I saw today, that is watching the news and is watching scary movies. So energy blockages have the purpose to get stronger and stronger, and the goal is to destroy us with accidents and sickness. Literally, as Janet von Jonsbach told me in an interview in 2016. What does it mean? If we have an energy blockage, it will grow unless we get rid of it. So, how do we know again if we have energy blockages? We have an anxiety that is not us, that appears out of nowhere. A pain that we didn't hit our shoulder, our back, and we have pain. Especially we feel weak and we feel sleepy with lack of energy, lacking energy. energy blockages and the energy cores too are literally energy parasites. What parasites do? Absorb our energy and make us sick. Energy blockages are energy parasites, like a black hole that are 24/7 drawing our energy, sucking our energy, because that's what they do. It's a survival of the fittest, like in the jungle. So energy blockages are conscious form of energy, and they do need to live using our energy. This is why I do this work. I've been doing free group distance healings in Facebook and YouTube Live for over 2 years, for the last year in Spanish. So I invite you, if you want to participate to my group healing session, look for my name, Carlos Caridad, in YouTube. It's called Reiki Energy Healing LA, or in Facebook. I am the only Carlos Caridad energy healer, at 6 p.m. Los Angeles time. And when I have 10 people watching my Instagram videos, I will start doing it here on Mondays at about 6:30. But I need somebody to do it. Alright, my friends, if you have any subject related to energy healing, to energy blockages, to wellness in general, I would love to talk about anything you want. I'll be back, I don't know when. I will try to do it more often, not to wait another week. I was very busy last week. Alright, everybody, I'll be back soon from this beautiful place in nature.